Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime! Hi, guys. Here we are. I don't remember exactly what we were doing, so let's check, huh? The Long Tomorrow. Abernathy wants us to bring him a cache of anthracillin hidden in the Emerald Vale Community Center. Do we have a map? Edgewater, local. Hey, Vorp! How you doing? Alright, we got 2 quests over there. The Long Tomorrow and the Long Tomorrow. That's my landing site. Not showing the other quests. Abandoned Outpost, Transport Wreckage, River Hideout. We found those. Out we go. Me and Parvati. And what gaming have you been doing this weekend? Something fun, I hope. Okay. We are... Wow, we're completely the wrong way. All right, then we'll head back into town and go the other way. Grinding First Ascendant still. So I was not able to do the wipe because sadly it's got a 3-day hang time, and if you log in inside the 3 days, it resets the timer. So I'm just logging in every day to get the goodie, and then you'll have to tutor me in how to play again. Titus Andronicus. A little bit highbrow for this neck of the woods. No, I don't. Not hard. It's just I don't remember anything about the game, especially. So that kind of makes it, well, maybe not hard, but makes it harder. Still with me, Miss Parvati? She is. Oh. Did I kill you guys? I'm sorry. It was an accident.
You hiding! Down
Yeah, that's it. I'm scared. I wasn't expecting them, that's all. Right, there was goodies over here. I'm all about the goodies, you know. I'm also all about stripping the bodies of the dead. You know, it's just recycling. That's all. Didn't I get somebody over here? Thought I did. Sometimes I can't find the bodies. Maybe it's because I'm old and my brain doesn't work, or maybe they just evaporate if they don't have anything on them. I'm not sure. I already got him. Oh, let's see what we got up here. We're going in. Looks clear. Oh, got a box. Salt tuna, my favorite. Oh, couple more mag picks. we get everything? We don't like leaving stuff behind. Where I'm from, which is an unknown planet. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and burn some picks. Just feel like it. Just a random thing. Is that a light machine gun? Do I now have a light machine gun? That's a plasma rifle. And that is a light machine gun. Spacer's choice. I mean, you know, why not? We want to break that one down. Break that one down. What else we got? Break that one down. Yep. We got the plasma rifle, an assault rifle. That's the shotty. I'm not that interested in the shotguns. Let's maybe try the assault rifle next. You know, you want to try out things. It's the only way you learn. You have to try new things to learn. And I'm all about learning. How to kill better. Oh. More salt tuna. Tarmac and cheese, my favorite. How did they know? Huh. I don't have the parts to open that door. That probably has something really juicy and wonderful inside, but I can't get inside because I don't have the parts. Maybe if I just shoot some more marauders, they'll drop parts. Well, that's the community center, which is presumably where we're headed. Pardon me, sir.
Something there. That noise.
Somebody else is still shooting. I don't see him. Oh, they're there. Hey. There's one more.
We did it!
Of course we did it, Parvati. You had me. Well, none of those guys had anything on them. Which is, I think, is just exceedingly rude. If I'm going to go through the trouble of killing you, it's just common decency to have some loot. Marauders. No manners, really. Let's go inside. Maybe we've got some more friends waiting for us inside. That would be nice. I like friends. Interstellar Championships. Rizzo's Rangers. Oh, look. It's... Don't worry, it's just your head. I'm sure it'll heal. Pretty sure it'll heal. Not actually positive about that, but maybe. Maybe it'll heal. This is the assault gun, I believe. That's my wacky stick. And that, I'm assuming, is the machine gun. I don't have the digital pick. The only digital pick I have is for nose picking. Yeah, this digit works just fine. If I was to like use this one, it's too big. Coming soon, Mantiqueen, Varanus toxideridae. Feast your eyes upon the great frilled Mantiqueen, sovereign of her nest, imported from the wilds of Terra 1 to thrill and excite your imagination. Yeah. Canid. Yeah, I've shot some of them. Those things are pretty terrifying looking. Primals. I think I may have killed a couple of them. Saltuna. Salminidae salinus. If the ocean and rivers are the heart and veins of Emerald Vale, then the Saltuna is our highly profitable blood. These meaty fish live in the ocean and migrate upstream during mating season. Saltuna are semiparous, which means they perish after a single reproductive episode, as do many humans. Little known fact. That's when our trusty Spacer's Choice harvesters scoop up their corpses to be cleaned, processed, canned, and delivered straight to your dinner table. That does sound, tasty? Bypass shunt. Necklace. I hear the sound of the little critters, I think. I'm sure I hear little critters. Resident. Worker. I personally agree that the toilet is an excellent place to store some of your extra ammunition. You just never know when you might need it. There they are. One of them at least. Pick up riot control armor, sure.
What's that noise?
I hear a person. A person?
Someone hiding. Come out and die. Gonna find you. Nice goose. Hear that? Come out. Come out.
He must be in the next room. Let's see. Get everything out of here. Not sure. Ah, another shunt. Good. Stairs? Must be upstairs. We've been in here. They just have Saltuna everywhere. It is delicious. Bypass shunt or ammo. Can you really ever have too much ammo? Oh, I saw something moving around in there. See, this is what happens. If you don't keep things tidy, all kinds of critters are going to pop up. Wait, what? Something in the room that we're missing. Ah, in there. Okay, well, we need a whole lot more freaking keys. Or we need the first aid room key. Evidently, it's what we actually need. Actually. Alright, I saw one of you little bastards moving in here. I was right. I was right. Ooh, an antique saber. Now we're talking. Pistol is sufficient for dealing with these little rodents. Oh, let's see how. Not that one. Lens. That one will do. We got him. No problem. No, not no problem. See? I think my opinion holds here that if you're not tidy, you end up with all kinds of critters inside your household. Small percentage of weapons armor you may find are considered pristine. They may have more durability and are worth more to vendors. Pristine items will be identified by a diamond. Okay, got everything? Sometimes I do wish these games had a little bit less stuff to loot. Oh, okay. Appears to be all empty in here. Vending machine discovered, 100 XP. More XP is good XP. Vending machine. Bypass shunts. Mag picks. Magnum. Toughened armor bits. Advanced defensive helmet. Ah, this is the buy. What about the sell? That is one that was pristine. Has the little diamond on it.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
We got a critter. I can hear it chittering somewhere. Oh, we were just in here. Parvati, you're in the way. Must be upstairs. Salt tuna. Bread. More bread. Energy cells are always good. No, we're not ready to transition just yet. Pick up plain and pure water. Well, sure. At some point, we're going to have to sell a boatload of crap, but we've already sold a boatload of crap once. So. I don't think we went upstairs yet. All right, we're going upstairs.
Here we go. I'll cut him off.
Oh, that's the key we needed. Thank you, sir. That's very kind. Really appreciated. Big time saver. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate that. It's just a huge help. I can hear something chittering away. All right, now we've got the actual key. We can get into the actual place. Well, this is what we needed. 1,500 XP. Some other sundry goodies. Who leaves your stun baton in the sink? I mean, come on, guys. Use a little common sense. I guess, common sense isn't all that common. Oh. That was an incredible waste of ammunition, as I hit nothing but air. Got him. It was necessary. It was sad, but necessary, Necessary why? Reasons. Auntie Cleo's better than nature. All right. Let us see. The Long Tomorrow. We're not actually bringing it back to him. We're bringing it back to the other person. How close are we to Die Robot? We are pretty close. We're going to go do Die Robot as well. I just like to scan and make sure nothing surprises me. Lance doesn't like surprises. Geothermal power plant discovered. Another 800 experienced pointerinos. Flashing blue electricity stuffs makes me think that one can get electrocuted. Figured that out on my own.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Pretty smart. Huh? Yeah. Well, let's just... Maybe we want to try out the light machine gun. I mean, there's supposed to be machines in here, and therefore a machine gun will be shooting machines. That makes sense. That's just simple science.
Unexpected.
Watch out!
Security patrol initiated.
Where are you going, Parvati? Wow, she hit something from there. That's actually pretty impressive. Don't actually seem to be doing anything. Time to swap to the pistol, which has electrical rounds in it. There's a whole bunch of badness in there. Parvati, what are you doing? TNL makes the best gear for your friends and family. Companion perks. Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. I will go with that. Parvati. That's level 5 for me. Killing robots for fun and profit, Energy cells, a little bit of armor. Let's see. We have 10 more points to spend. Let's see. A long ways to go to get our guns up to the next tier. Ah, we get those adjusted values because Parvati is with us. Got it. Got it. Tell you what, let's get our engineering and medical up to 40 so that we're competent now, and we'll start buffing up the range stuff. We get a perk too. Skills. We didn't save our points because we're a great big dope. There we go, and then 2 points there, and apply. Yes, Parvati went up. She's got a big honking hammer and a pistol. What we can do is break down a bunch of her stuff then. Oh, well, I guess we can't because she's carrying it. That's fine. Parvati, you do you, as the phrase would be. That's her inventory. How do we get to her stats and stuff? Journal. Die robot die is where we're at. Oh, in the codex. Presumably we hit companions. There we are. Companion abilities. Companion down. Oh, she was temporarily down. Okay, she's back. That's what that was about. Okay. Parvati. Ah, there's her skills. Okay, let's see. Increase the base companion's maximum health. That seems good. Threat generated. Oh, you can either have her be sneaky or boisterous. Let's increase her base health. That just seems pretty good to me. Health is always a pretty safe choice. We've got dead bodies. Marauders. So it's not like they were, important. Just marauders, so. Good work, robots. That's all I can say to that. Oh, these are Spacer's Choice Guards. That's probably a little bit darker than Marauders. But, let's just say it. Loot is where you find it, as I like to say. We could hack this. Sure. Why not? Hack used, 75 XP. Emerald Vale Geothermal, Power Plant Security, please select Disarm Security Fences. View recent logs. Error, security logs inaccessible. In keeping with Spacer's Choice Company policy, all security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency. That's good. In case of emergency, they delete the security logs. Attention, scheduled security updates at Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on error, date not found. If you're a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. Well, the fences are off. Whether we want them off or not. All right, we're going in. Oh, well, I don't want to transition in just yet. I want to check around outside first, make sure it's safe, That's just being kind of, safety focused, safety conscious. Thank you, Parvati, for letting me know that's the last of them. I was kind of aware of that when it turned out that that was the last of them. She's trying to help. Dead scientists. As someone who's thrown a lot of points into science, I'm not a fan of dead scientists. I prefer them live. Ooh, the tamed canids are extremely tame, let's say. I don't know. Are we allowed to do jumping puzzles in this game?
Here they come.
Wait, who, wait, who, where, what come? Oh, yeah, they do. Birds of some kind? Oh, and she's charging after them. Miss Parvati, why are you doing that?
Don't mess with us.
Okay, she murdered them both. Thank you for the free XP, Miss Parvati. Your aggressiveness in this particular case was welcome. Just be a little bit more judicious. All right, we're going into the geothermal plant. From the planet to your living room, Edgewater, geothermal power.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here?
Yeah, I know he did. Spacer's choice. I hear one of those little critters. I hit the wrong button, it's fine. The professor's half the professor, half lenses. Ooh, medical clothing. Nice. Let's see. Geothermal error. Memory purged. 2 files available. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering, and I needed the reference. I've returned the copy to the repair bay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire, hearing the screams. Oh, law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you, proud member of your Spacer's Choice family. A rather commonsensical approach. I have to agree. Oh.
All right, nice one.
Thank you, Parvati. She enjoys my work. Check the terminal in a sec. After we check for loot. You have to have priorities. Mine are basically loot. You've tried the bed, huh? Okay, manager's office, terminal access. Welcome, Jay Braden. Let's check the messages from Spacer's Choice. Here's Braden. This letter serves an informal notification of our company's displeasure toward your management of Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in the latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Wow. Stack ranking in the future. Stack ranking is one of the most idiotic ideas to ever come out of American capitalism. Basically, you fire 10% of all of your employees every year. Because, hey, it's stupid. It's just incredibly stupid. You have to spend a whole bunch of time, money, and effort rehiring people. And in some places, maybe you've got 5 employees and they're all excellent. But you have to fire 10% of them, and they'll round that up to 1. And so every year you're firing 1 of your 5 people. It turns the other 4 people into rats in a cage. So, stack ranking survives into the future. What a shock. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. We'd like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. For the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due not healthy, finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable, the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Ms. Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of Greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing canning have experienced a steady decline, while Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of automechanicals free of charge. Let's unlock the door, shall we? We shall. Oh, it's her private... Wow. It was locked. Whatever is in here, in the toilet, in this thing, must be valuable. So I'm going to burn a bunch of my picks.
Nice.
Not really valuable, actually. I mean, not valueless, but not really valuable. Gotta say. A little disappointed. Oh, we've got a body back there. Yep. All right, what's over in this door before we head downstairs, where I'm sure nothing possibly go. Oh. Combat drone? It was a combat drone. Now it's scrap. Yeah. Just checking here behind the big-ass turbines. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. But you won't be needing those. Or that. Control room. Ooh, lots of equipment. I love the pegboard equivalent. Let's see, when life gives you lemons, consider it a free trial from your friends at Spacer's Choice. Plant status. Plant status. Warning, structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Redirect power. Okay, well, I redirected it. I don't know where it's going. Power it has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches. Well, I tried. Guess we're going downstairs. Don't like those little critters. Don't much care for them critters, you know? That one's locked up tight. eye covering. Well, let's see. Not Miss Parvati. How about me? Damn, that is one sexy-looking guy, don't you think? Handsome. Really. Genuinely handsome. That will give me 5 additional determination. 4 armor. Let's see. One-handed melee. Do I look like a melee fighter? Come on, seriously, guys. 9 armor. Lockpick. Lockpick. We've got 2 of them. Let's go ahead and break one down. 20% chance to extract a basic mod. You had to try. Rebuilt mining gear. That one's pristine. Stealth skills 5. One-handed melee. Stealth skills 5. Are those the same? No. Multiple different things with the same functions. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's additional medical. I think we wanted the lockpick. Press C to compare, and it doesn't compare it with anything. I'm not wearing a helmet. That probably has something to do with it. So let's equip it. There we go. Oh my God, the sexy man turned sexier. Hard to believe. I know. And yet there it is. I do not have the bits to open the security chief. Or open that. Or the security key chief's key card. We'll get to that in a sec. Grab those. Nope, can't open that. Spacer's choice property, geothermal security. Unlock door, personal files. Check the personal files first. Chester Higgins again. That hull head. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. I'll be grabbing that in just a moment. Geothermal personal logs. S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up Chief of Security with no staff. Just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worst has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Locked myself down here just trying to gather my courage. Going to make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. Or delete this entry if I ever return. Automated message. Greetings, Securities Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Unlock the door. Turn around. That's not the door. I need his key card. Oh. So he didn't make it. Got a sprat hide. It's sealed. But I want to get in. Why is it sealed? Well, he was trying to make a run for it. They said. We get everything here? I think we did. We got a box back there. Thought you could hide from me, did you? Yeah, they'll be hiding from me. So he was going to try to make a run for it. So maybe his body is outside somewhere and I just didn't see it? He was trying to make it to the control room. So he should be control room was over there, I guess. You are encumbered! Alright, well, I will stop being encumbered by deconstructing some stuff. That's on Miss Parvati. Breakdown. When I break down. Spade. Well, yeah, I don't need that. I have spayed or neutered my pet. That's the assault rifle T&L, which is what I currently have. That's the plasma rifle. That's the sawed-off. I shouldn't be encumbered any longer. It's not the control room. I thought this was the control room. This is the control room. Spacer's Choice Guard. That was the Spacer's Choice Guard. I already looted everything off of them. Armed security fences? No, we don't want that. Why would we want to turn those back on? So I don't think we can get in just yet. So we are going to head back to home base. Pretty lovely planet. Beautiful rings. Assume you're still with me, Miss Parvati? Looks like a lovely little town from here, doesn't it? Sadly, it's a shithole. Back to Edgewater. Esther Blaine, I believe we're going to give the stuff to. The meds. Well, we know Abernathy seems to be a tad tetched.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
We can give it to him or we can give it to her. Fine.
I've got some time.
Hi, Esther. I got that medicine you were after.
Thanks. I'll see to it that
1500
this
XP.
medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
Smuggler type, so I remind you of Han Solo. Intimidate 5. It's not that simple. If you want my sounds, you're going to have to buy it. Kind of a dick move. Charm. Never? That's harsh. At least leave me something to remember you by.
You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me.
I'm curious, what are you going to give the medicine to? Who are you going to give the medicine to?
Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick
Wow,
room?
you're actually not an asshole like everyone else here. Okay. What do you do here, Esther?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep
Yeah, I
tabs
know
on a
what
worker's living
actuaries are.
expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of
Oh,
Human
HR.
Resources.
I have a friend who works in HR. I haven't told her that I once worked for a guy who referred to HR as human remains. I'll leave you be, Esther. You seem to be competent and not an idiot. Put away my gun because that guard looks really imposing. Comes now the power. Let's see. Divert the power. What else we got? Stranger in a Strange Land and Die Robot. Retrieve a logic module. I dealt with the... I did a bunch of stuff over there. Okay, well, how about Stranger in a Strange Land? Need transportation. Oh, how about we do this one instead? Back out into Emerald Vale. Because the future is now. $515 we've got a long ways. We got a long run. Maybe that vehicle would be a good idea. Maybe that vehicle would be a good idea. That's also a long ways away. All right, well, we've got some running. Got to run like the wind.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming.
Well, yeah, skipping rocks is kind of unlicensed terraforming in a way, I suppose. In the way they're crazy. We already went into that cave and back out. All right, that was the launch or the landing wreckage. We're well above. This is the geothermal.
From here.
You can see the whole... Yeah, look at that. Isn't that... It's pretty. In its, you know, all its sort of shithole grandeur. Who do we have? Marauder's Thug. I hope I don't, like, fall to my death or anything. That would be embarrassing. Or, you know, fall and hurt myself. That would be a little embarrassing, too. Oh, wait, too late. The routing switch, huh? That's inside. Divert the power from the geothermal plant. Divert the power from the geothermal plant. According to terminal log, biomechanicals turned hostile, began attacking the plant. Security chief responded by making his way down to the control. Down to the control. I couldn't get the control. I say. Been in there. All right, did I miss something in here? Back to the geothermal. Just gonna, you know, just double checking things. Don't want to have missed anything. Count that would be, well, silly. Okay, just checking. There's nothing actually in the toilet. Well, we've been through the messages. That's the manager, also not the security chief. The receptionist. Yeah, we've accessed those files. Whoops. you need the geothermal security chief's key card to get in there. We've unlocked the door. And when we went here, it was sealed. The routing switch inside. This is a bit of a puzzlement, isn't it? It's Parvati. Pardon me. Enter passcode. Facilities. Passcode. Spacer Thompson accepted. Oh. Okay. I evidently had it.
System.
What?
Sweeping.
Get ready. Everyone all right?
All right, and we have a debtor. Plant worker. Ooh, a flywheel. Thank goodness. Huh. Just checking around. You know, you don't want to miss any particularly valuable bits, like, say, on this dead guy. Or the heavy ammo. Basically, I'm greedy. I don't want to miss anything. That's barred. Not just sealed, but barred. That's like sealed, but better. I think. Yep. All right, we'll see. Oh, this one implies that it's open or unlocked.
Processing. Nearby unit. Sweeping the...
What is it doing? Plant worker. Another plant worker. Things don't appear to have gone well for the various plant workers. We'll get to you and the routing switch in a minute. You know, there's no need to hurry. We can take our time. Make sure we've got all of the loot. I mean, all of the important things taken care of, because they're important. You got to take care of. My hacking skill is too low. I need Chester's passcode. That Chester, I tell you. Oh, look. Don't worry, Parvati. I took care of it. We've got more stuff to go through up here, but I want to finish poking around down here first.
Go away, Phantom!
Higgins? I'm not a phantom. I'm a guy. Doing a job. Higgins?
No, just leave me alone.
You're not going to make me shoot you, are you? Magnum would not appreciate my shooting you. That's an old guy TV joke.
Not real. You're not real.
I'm pretty sure I'm real. Pardon the hiccup. Higgins? I'm pretty sure I'm real. Okay? Higgins?
You're not real. You're not real.
How can I convince you I'm real, other than the obvious shooting you part? Maybe I can just wound you.
Get away!
I just wing you. All right, Higgins. Coming down.
Get away!
Higgins. I can't shoot you, Higgins. The game says I can't, so you're probably going to be all right. Higgins.
No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram.
I don't have sneak. Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Ugh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw.
Now, that probably was a bad move.
See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
That's actually a good safety tip. You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination.
Well, who amongst us isn't?
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here? Chester? Chet?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Wait until you get old. What exactly do you do here, Chester?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Definitely not crazy. You were an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you've worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them. Actually, right. Was that before or after you became a Sisty Pig Tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sisty Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? How long? If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them, right?
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals.
Don't worry, you won't.
If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Sounds like my ex. I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
Well,
I
then you
discovered
took
a
an arrow
flaw.
to the knee.
Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum.
Blaster
There's no
shot.
changing that, but you
Phaser
could rewrite
bolt?
their targeting protocols
Photon
so they
torpedo
attack
to
each
the
other
knee.
instead.
That's definitely what he took to the knee. Engineering 10. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical
I am.
engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at.
Well, I mostly destroyed them.
That reminds me. You'll need my passcode to
I have
access the
Chester's
behavior control
passcode.
terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I'll just excuse myself. That's, you've been very, very helpful. Mr. Higgins, if I can call you that. I want to be appropriately, I don't want to say, unctuous. But a Sisty Pig farmer, such as yourself, a tycoon, that's really impressive. What's even more impressive is how you decided to give it all up to come here and work for Spacer's Choice. That's locked. this is where we came in. That was locked. There are more stairs. Yeah, I'm getting lost. Oh, nothing quite like almost nearly semi-private toilets. Oh. You appear to have spilled your blood. I won't tell anyone. You don't have to worry about getting fined. I'm sure it was accidental. Probably. Don't know what these are. Teleporters? Hastily written note. Borrowed a copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Think it's volume 3. I need something to read down in the pit. Much obliged. C. Higgins. All right, the repair bay. Access. Repair log 12. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals. Every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across the halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Just finished a routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. Haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. The company went through a lot of trouble of outfitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. Said the company knew what it was doing, ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing on my own self. Got my hands on a logic model. Time to do a little experimentation. Alright, that's the Sprat I killed. I want its hide, damn it. This is where we came in. That's Bard. Alright, we've been through that. Place is kind of a nest. Okay. Right. Not sure we want to do that just yet, the routing switch. My guess is that's not undoable. It's not easily. Well, there was another set of rooms here. Right? Yeah. That I can't open yet.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Uh-huh. Well, then I guess I can crawl around the outside and not get scalded. There's another one upstairs, coming down. I'll get to that in a sec. 2 more. All right, that's one of the
What
3.
happened to Miss McDevitt's folk?
Whatever
If we
we
send
needed.
power to the Vale?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm a little hesitant. Miss Parvati? We've got more.
Beginning security patrol.
Reprogram the automechanicals. Well, yeah. Dead automechanical, dead worker. They've all got stuff on them. Oh, that one obviously. Their job performance is going to suffer, and they're not going to get ahead. That one's barred. This one too? No, this one's not. Already been in here? I think I have. Miss Parvati. That's the... Oh. I'm getting run around in circles here. I'm getting easily confused. We have got a map of sorts. Modify behavior. There we go. Select new mode. Automechanicals in the facility have been mandated to remain in guard mode. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted. On your permanent record, C. Higgins. Ooh, sorry about that. Select new target. Automechanicals have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter the setting punishable by... Ooh, that's just not great. Define intruders. All personnel entities not identified as property of Spacer's choice. Would you like to modify the definition? Yeah. Modified definition. Forwarded security. Please allow some time to process and remove all recently defined intruders. Don't know if that actually is going to do anything or not. Maybe. Maybe not. Die robot. No, we're still looking for that logic module, which we can't get because that's in the security officer's double special secret thing. Let's type. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and flip the bit here. One to go. It's over there. We been up here? I think so. Oh, the third and final flippity bit, the routing switch.
Last.
Yeah, geothermal plant should now be functioning somewhat anyway. Help to set things right, first you'll need transportation. That requires me to divert. Well, I think I've diverted. Comes the power. You entered the geothermal without first speaking to Adelaide. If you divert power to Edgewater without giving her fair warning, she's going to be upset. Well, yeah. We all have issues in life, you know? Things that we're unhappy about. We can't always get everything we want all the time. It's not fair. But as has been pointed out to me repeatedly, every time I've complained about it, life is not fair. Which in and of itself
Once we do this, there's no going back.
is not fair.
Hey, listen. Sorry, I know you're in a hurry. I know you want your power regulator and all.
Yep.
I just feel like we should go talk to Adelaide. If we're gonna kill her power, least we could do is give her people a fair warning.
I'm just having a look around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks. For hearing me out, I mean.
Plant status. It's at 22% efficiency. Structural damage is detected. Sure we want to continue. Warning, safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Sure. This is irreversible. Who knows where what's her name is anyway? Let's just send it to Edgewater. It's a shithole. But they've got what I need. I'm sure it's all going to be just fine, you know? We still haven't found the security officer's doodad. We have over here. Oh, an exit. Hello? Yeah. Well, what's in that direction? Stranger in a strange land. You diverted power to from the Botanical Lab. The Botanical Lab is now without power. You should be able to salvage their power regulator now. Well, I'm sure they won't object. Didn't realize they were the ones with the power regulator. Maybe I should have gone and talked to them first, but I'm sure they won't mind. After all, you know, I really had no choice. They made me do it. Didn't wanna. They made me. Oh, that's a big slug-like thing. I'm not a fan of slugs. Do like escargot, though, gotta say. It's delicious. One of the most delicious things I ever ate was a tempura fried escargot snail. It was incredible. The best thing I ever ate was the tempura fried foie gras. So, the Botanical Lab. Yeah, they shut off your power. I don't know, I think they're kind of jerks. But I want to be clear, it was definitely not me who did that. It was them. Guys in Edgewater did it. Sorry? Got that? Oops.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Well, you are an almost irresistible beauty, Miss Parvati.
I figured whoever cut off that power was gonna come here to salvage something. Too smart to be a marauder. That must mean Reed sent you. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil.
Hey, fat buddy. How you doing?
Will starve.
She's on my case just because I cut off her power.
Away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
This isn't personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator.
That's right.
Well, shit, I wish it was.
I can make it personal if you want.
Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live.
So your flowers are more important than your flock. Got it. What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him.
Maybe he was right.
So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Look, I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done?
Not reparation. I expect to get paid for that, too.
Chance to sow some chaos. Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't just going to leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him, although I can, shoot him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made
Square
the well
meals.
bloom
But they get the rectangular
again.
ones
Soil
now,
has
the
whispered its
TV
secrets
dinners.
to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
But you're a little
The
full of
secret
yourself.
is human corpses.
Yeah, okay.
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me.
You're
The human
not
body is
quite
rich with nutrients.
the wonderfully nice person you pretend. What happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Including your son? Okay. Somehow I doubt that's what you're going to actually do. Well, I got what I needed. I'm going to go take care of Reed for you. Because he's kind of a dick. That's sealed. I didn't much care for Reed anyway, so, yeah. I'll put him down.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked too quick.
Payday.
All right, I paid her. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. So, I paid her. All right, back we go. It's a long hike. Don't suppose you guys have got anything worth, stealing? Oh, everything's sealed up? What's the matter? Aren't you guys friendly? To someone who's just dropping by to help you all out? No, everything here is not stealable. God. Oh, that's right, the doggies. Canids. I don't know. Did we clear out this area from baddies? Think so. Not entirely. I didn't get I didn't loot everything. I have to admit, I am curious what kind of reading material they've got next to the toilet. Although it's possible it's not the reading material, that it's has an entirely different use. Yeah, I must have been here because these guys are all been looted. Oh, no, oh, maybe not. It's missed a mag pack. They got what looks like a steak just sitting there. It's like they don't even appreciate the value of a good freeze vacuum sealed steak. You know? Some people just have no appreciation for the finer things in life, I guess. No accounting for it. That's the geothermal plant, right? What? Which one is currently the up? Phineas needs your help. Return to the unreliable. That comes after this. Means the deserters return, or we're going to remove Reed. Reed, kind of an asshole. Oh, we've got Marauders, so we haven't tried. I don't even remember what the hell this is. Oh, hi. Bye. I liked that. That seemed efficient and effective. Super effective. Marauder goon, or bits and pieces of them are scattered about. Well, I hope he learned his lesson and won't be trying any more of his marauder hijinks around Edgewater. Right. I think I showed him. That's the LMG. This is the assault rifle. Right. Right-a-reno. I've been in here, right? Yeah, it looks like it. We can sell stuff. Sell. What do we have to sell? Well, let's see. The food stuff, for the most part, is what we want to get rid of. Adrenos we want to keep. Light ammo, mag pack. Tarmac and cheese. Bunch of nanners. Fish sticks. Pre-sliced bread. More tarmac and cheese. Fast ration pill. We got a bunch of saltuna. Oh, saltuna. A lot of energy cells. Mock apple juice. Mock apple cider. I don't approve of drinking. And you'll be able to see that for yourself if you choose to join me on Christmas night, as I definitely won't be drinking heavily. I sort of promise that's, yeah, I'm going to be drinking. A 2-hour energy brew. 30 seconds. Well, I sold a bunch of stuff. And we go back into town where we're going to convince Reed that he doesn't want his job any longer. may have to shoot some guards, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Where is he? Not there. He's back there. Nope, that's not where I wanted to be. Right, Reed. He's over here. He is over here. Upstairs. There we are. Well, we'll see what Reed has to say anyway. No. He has a couple of guards, corporate guards. Reed.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
We need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
Your bile up sounds like you have the plague. How long has this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
About that. You should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end.
You must have some kind of treatment plan.
Show up to work, put in your hours, wear a smile.
Yeah, that will heal everything.
Problems of the body come from problems of the spirit.
Shucks,
Work improves
no,
the spirit
not
and
mostly.
fortifies the body.
You know what else fortifies the body against disease? Antibiotics.
And where do you suggest we find this magical panacea? Can we pan for medicine in the stream? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right to be treated, you will be treated. Otherwise, you must heal yourself.
Yeah, you withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
Well, that's pretty monstrous, gotta say. You let Adelaide's son die.
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most. Go ahead.
Let me ask you something else. Have you taken a look around your town lately?
It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
Mm-hmm. Your town's falling to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Ooh, I wish it wouldn't be true. Doesn't make it any less true.
I expect you wouldn't understand. You don't see the town as I do.
Mm-hmm.
When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see.
Your town?
I see
Oh, I
decent,
thought it was
loyal,
Spacer's
hard-working
Choice
people.
Town.
I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice
Mm-hmm.
family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
How long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting.
No, you don't
altogether.
stop counting. I can assure
I
you of
remember
that.
looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
Yeah, sounds a little bit like hell. You're loyal to Spacer's Choice.
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working.
Yeah.
Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
I should go. I'm going to do a quick save here. I'm going to attempt to kill his guards.
Are you out of your mind? You just killed him.
Yeah. I know. It was great.
You enjoyed that? Are you some kind of psychopath? I can't. I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you.
Miss Pravati. Reed was treating you like garbage. I was trying to protect you.
You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? You got a real twisted sense of chivalry, you know that? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let you loose upon the veil on Super.
She digs me. She is deeply moved. Corporation Service Award. Well, that's really lovely for him. And Reed's key. All right, we've got Reed's key. I assume that'll let me in here now. Oh, all these things. Heavy power armor? Holy. When life gives you... Yeah. Messages. From R. Thompson. To R. Thompson. In case of my death, to whom it may concern, if you're reading this, then I am no longer the outpost administrator for Edgewater, whether through the meddling of my mortal coil, shedding of my mortal coil, through natural causes, or through an early retirement, the stewardship of Edgewater has passed on to someone else. You. But most importantly, it's imperative that you keep Spacer's Choice family together. Adelaide McDevitt and her followers have taken camp in the old botanical lab. Their place is here, working with us. Adelaide is impervious to reason and refuses to entertain diplomatic overtures. The only way to induce her into coming back is by heading into the geothermal plant, cutting off her power, and leading her people back to Edgewater. With the power shut off, the botanical labs feel free to repossess any useful equipment maintained therein, especially power regulators. Postscript, if you do restore the power to Edgewater, could you consider mentioning my name in the Profits Report? A little posthumous credit couldn't hurt. Personal password, Spacer Thompson. Wow. Wasn't there a second message? From corporate. Mr. Thompson, your request for additional building materials has been denied. The walls around Edgewater were built 30 years ago by your predecessor. Any alterations, expansions, or repairs to this wall must be signed and approved by your predecessor. If your predecessor is unavailable due to incarceration, re-education, or death, it is your responsibility to obtain a last will and testament demonstrating your predecessor's intention. I don't want the retrofitted heavy power armor. But, no.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for.
You okay with me shooting Mr. Thompson too, right? I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception.
Oh.
So when I was born, I got...
So, slavery. That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
You mentioned something earlier I'd like to ask you
You
about.
mean about the mission being too clean?
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vickers says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have
Law of
gunked up oil,
thermodynamics?
scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. No, never been much for religion myself.
I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it.
Spacer's choice, right? In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I like to drink now and then.
It's not like I think it a failing.
Christmas,
Mine. It's
I'll
just
be doing that.
I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
Are you safe living across from this place?
There's been scary nights. But Constable Reyes is right up the road. She keeps an orderly town.
Let's get back to it. Yep, he's dead. Let's add another save. Manual save. Just in case, like, every other guard in the city in the town is upset with me for shooting a couple of their friends. Not that I think that's likely. But, you know, you would like to be sure. I assume I have to go back to Adelaide. Reed has been removed. Return to Adelaide and tell her the news. I will tell her the news. I will start spreading the news. So Reed's out of work, you know, permanently. Oh, did I already kill and loot you? I'm so sorry. I left you with your clothes. Used to be a much bigger place. Thompson's been watching it just slowly fail over time. At least he'll be useful now. She can convert him into fertilizer. She's a practical one, our Adelaide. It's the Botanical Lab. Hey, everyone. You can go back to town now. Adelaide's in charge. Adelaide.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Reed's dead. Come back to Edgewater.
You have a peculiar comfort with violence. Killing off my garden, gunning down Reed Thompson.
You want to be gunned down too?
Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may.
That's good advice.
You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other.
Well, you know.
Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be.
Okay, I like
a
that.
Ransom. You understand, not a reward.
Okay. Edgewater's better off with you running the place. I got her watch. I don't wear a watch.
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
You have no
I
idea.
might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Oh, Muffin. Take care. Ding, 6! Alright, I've got 10 points. I was looking at dropping more points into range to get all of them up to 40. That's going to take a bit of doing. But the long guns, critical damage is plus 50%, and we get a perk. I think we need 5 perks in this tier to move on to the next tier. So we got 50% base health. We also got additional... I forgot about the time die, the tie die, as a former EVE player multiple times. Time dilation is how they do server stuff. 50% XP from companion kills. I'm doing most of the killing. That's a possibility. Damage when you're alone in the party. Walk speed, sprint speed. Ooh, sprint speed. Weapon armor durability loss. Companion crit chance. Science magazine weapons. Damage per flaw? Oh, that's right. You can take flaws to increase your damage. You have base armor, which also adds to any armor you wear. Ammo stock from vendors, consumables and general stock on vendors, additional carrying capacity. Yeah, carrying capacity. That's an additional 110 pounds of carrying capacity. That's a lot of carrying capacity. Oh, dear me. All right, well, let's see. Stranger in a Strange Land, Die Robot. Did I never get a logic module? No. Chester Higgins, been locked in there for years. That your logic is probably in the plant security office. A terminal log for the geothermal mentioned that the logic unit has been locked in the storage room across the hall. You'll need to find the key card to the room unless you pick your way in. Perhaps the security chief had it. According to a terminal log, Auto Mechanicals turned hostile again, attacking the other workers by making his way down to the control room. I'm going to try to see if I can find that one last time. Where are we? We are 226 meters away. Don't think we can get through this away. So he was trying to make his way down to the control room. So we'll go to where he was, the control room. Not outside, but there was the control room inside for the power plant. All right. From the planet to your living room, Edgewater Geothermal Plant. Up above. Oh. Another submachine gun. Can you ever really get enough submachine guns? I think not. Found him. Logic module. Got a cigarette lighter. All right, I think we got everything we need. Come on, Parvati. Miss Parvati. If I can call you that. Definitely worth a little side trip there to get the thingy we needed. I believe this is the guy in the loading dock. Needed the logic module. That is currently what we have selected. Don't actually feel bad about Mr. Thompson. I've worked in big corporations. He worshipped his. I learned real quick that that's not the right choice. No, the corporation will, generally speaking, screw you every chance they get with a smile on their face. And if I had one piece of advice to offer anyone going out into the corporate world, it would be document everything. Take copious notes. Ludwig?
Never seen the Veil lit up like this before.
You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier.
Yeah.
You're a credit to your uniform.
You're damn right.
Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform.
Good idea.
So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes.
Well, I'm kind of blown up.
I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
Well, I have Miss Parvati
so
for that.
here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. Not sure what I got. Quiet down there. All right. We found a power regulator. Gotta return to our ship. Quiet. That sound, if you can hear it, coming from my belly. Ow. That has a name. That name, well, singular is Borborygmus, plural is Borborygmi. No, I'm not making that up. I will frequently name characters Borborygmus in various games. It tickles me. I mean, it doesn't like hold me down and run its fingers over my ribs and go goochie goochie goo, but well. The Unreliable is only 268 meters away. We can get off this rock. We can blow this pop stand. Bail on this berg. Oh.
Huh?
Here we go!
You scared?
Where is he? Oh. Thank you, Miss Parvati. Quite the murderer yourself, aren't you? You just killed him now. Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is. The one Miss Parvati killed? He appears to have vanished into the ether. It's a gift they have, the Marauders. I'm not sure if I just can't see them or if they have the magical ability to transubstantiate if they're not carrying anything on them. That's Ernest.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling.
Maybe I could just call the ship the Parvati.
Flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking.
You're going with me, Parvati. We're going to the stars. I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something.
Sure.
And you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can
we
do
can
that
also
too.
go back and get the vicar, but frankly,
What do you
not
think?
interested. I guess Reed won't mind what with being dead and all. No, I'm gonna be nice to Parvati. She's had a rough day, seeing me murder Reed in pretty cold blood. Now, tepid blood, certainly. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now.
You sure can.
I got a captain.
You do. Nice. Let's talk to Ernest. Oh, we'll put the gun away so we don't, scare him. Ernest?
These bodies won't tag themselves, you know. These bodies
That's all you got, huh? Okay, Ernest, you keep working then. That's okay. All right, let's see.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Well, I did it because I got the thing we needed.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Probably. Engineering 20. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering...
Well, I mean, we have Miss Parvati.
...in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Thank you, Ada. I hope you won't mind that I brought a female friend along. You'll always be my favorite. But you don't have a physical being. And I've got my needs. I've been in space a long time. More power to him. Ada?
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Mm-hmm.
I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
All right. Let's get out of here. Is it supposed to smoke like that? I like the ores in particular. They're probably not actually ores, but they certainly look like ores. I mean, they're that, or they're not.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, Phineas. Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage?
Yeah, but that always happens after shore leave.
I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm fine, too.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board
Lickspittles. Use the word lickspittle. It's
the Hope
awesome.
has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet? Slow down, you're asking me to get involved in the black market, or I could put a couple of light years between me and Halcyon. Or I could put a couple of light years between me and Halcyon.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Shit.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together.
Do we have Oblivion skates?
None of us
otherwise
are
that
leaving
doesn't sound
Halcyon
safe.
alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the hope.
Fine. Fine, I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what a holographic shroud is? Although I know what a hologram is and what a shroud is. I'm not certain those two necessarily go together in exactly the way I think.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned it has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best
So I
used
can,
in moderation.
in essence, become
when
a
you see
tree.
guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Stealth. Why do I need a gadget like this for? Can I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy series?
No, it's more like
Inattentive
a
and brainless
science
guard
fiction
would
series.
be fooled by such a shabby disguise. The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
The breath can use some help, I have to admit. How the hell does a hologram sweeten my breath?
Science, that's how.
Oh, okay. I often use the phrase science when someone says something on a stream I'm watching. Or it's just science. I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
And see what's on the
remember,
slab.
Don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
And the colony's already in the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Well, before we do the navigation, which is the unreliable navigation terminal, which is a description, not of its function, or lack thereof, but... Oh. I can't open that one. That doesn't seem right. I'm the captain. I mean, technically it's not my ship, but I am the captain. Alright, we can poke around on the workbench a little later. I miss Parvati. She digs me. I'm trying to keep her cool. I don't want her getting too worked up because, you know, I'm around.
Touching that is a good way to lose a hand. Moving machinery versus human flesh. Metal wins every time.
Thank you. Yes, I am aware of that. Oh, that's the fresher, as you might call it. We can leave that stuff there. Now, that's Gladys. What doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. It's an old saber. Snappy line. Yeah. Oh, we can have a whole bunch of people. Yeah. Modern steel wrench in you. Heavily dog-eared doodles in the margins. We've got a spade. Banged up toolbox. A stern older man with warm eyes. Photo of Parvati's father. Okay, this is Parvati's. There's no response from the auto mechanical unit. A serial number attached in the chassis includes the letters SAM. I'm assuming we can wake him up at some point. That would be nice. Is this my quarters?
Make yourself at home, Captain.
That is the holographic shroud. Projects restricted areas, off limits to unauthorized personnel, and otherwise result being attacked on the site. Sentry saber. Reed's hat. Oh, I stole Reed's hat. And it looks like his head. That's a little dark. Let's see. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages from you, Bedford. I forgot to mention my previous message. Silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it'll amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. That all the messages? It is. Archive messages. Oh. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I'm scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I notice you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pads and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Not anymore. Anyway, I hope the meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Alex, I don't know where you were raised. I'd hazard and guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent Rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore an ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Please respond. Dear Alex, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear, dreadfully unreliable. I just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to the thing we discussed, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, I'd be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met accidentally, impounded your ship. Yeah, my silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we can try every color. Really, time went on. Wow, is he desperate? Messages, his sent message list to Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many, might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just got to cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink in the Lost Hope the next time I'm in. I might forget you. Is that everything? That is everything. So, logs. Titled Shrink Ray. Note to self. Remember this, no better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe, or I just asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. Decency laws? I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more. Last time I got sloshed, I was imbibing at the Last Hope in the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have ever heard that one before, but here's the good part. The Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with special powers created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. Could be another of the weapons that inspired Wells. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth in Tartarus and back. Let the record show, I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times. But Architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission. Or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet. And that even if it were, he wouldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? Wait, I kind of did that. I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he misplaced it. Meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check on the black market merchants in the Groundbreaker. Fallbrook. Search term Sam. First Sam result. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Removal of the factory opera standard part Suds sweeper was successful. Delivery of combat-modified replacement Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress is set back. Estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. But I do. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. I have to ask her about Sammy. Wow, 5,400 XP. And find an Acid Steeper. The part is lost in transit and it's not turning up anytime soon, but good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper. I can, filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following the next pit stop, back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. That's everything. That's another level up for me. See? Reading all this useless, important stuff. It has side benefits. All right, we need 4 more points here. And there we go. All of our guns now have extra critical damage. Dialogue. More dialogue options would be good. Let's drop some more points in there. We will apply. Journal. Passage to anywhere. Weapons from the void and the cleaning machine. Weapons from the void. I was supposed to ask Ada about Sam.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thank you, Ada.
How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to
He
modify
did, I read
SAM.
them. Thank you.
If you check the terminal
I
in
did,
the
I
captain's
read
quarters,
everything there.
we may be able
Thank
to
you, Ada.
determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Acid steeper. I'll talk to you later, Ada.
Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
I think you're doing just great. And we're going to save right here. I'm going to call it an evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I want to check on something really quick before I bail on all y'all. Okay. I am going to call it here then. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. At least I think it's morning. Might be afternoon. Positive. Might even depend on which part, because Australia's big, and Asia's big, and New Zealand is 2 islands. So I will be back then. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Sunday night goes great. We've got a weird week coming up because you've got Monday, which always sucks, and then you've got Christmas Eve Day and Christmas Eve and then Christmas, and I'll be streaming on those days. Won't be streaming on Boxing Day because I'm going to be drinking on Christmas when I stream. Don't know what I'll be streaming on Eve and Day, but tomorrow I think I'll be back streaming more of this. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and if you're not around for the next few days, I hope your Christmas, if you're celebrating it, goes awesome too. Back tomorrow, usual time. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now.